Holocaust survivors, like my mother, like your parents, never go to museums, to Holocaust museums. Only if they need because of their profession, or if they need because they are working there. But to go to Holocaust museum, they said, my mother used to say, going to Yad Vashem, I must go to a museum to see what they show me about the Holocaust. I am alone in a museum of Holocaust. Furthermore, for me, who lived in the Holocaust all my youth, I used to live, my mother used to install me in the living room of my grandmother's flat. My grandmother, after the passing away of her husband, my grandfather, moved to the flat, to the apartment next to us. It was in one floor. And my room was next to her for a couple of months. And my mother realized that I'm going, my condition, my health condition is going from bad to worse. And she didn't know why. Till she realized that I don't sleep at nights. Why didn't I sleep? Because as my grandmother took off her teeth and put her head on the pillow and fall asleep, she started to scream night after night. For us, wandering in Holocaust museums, including Yad Vashem, is something disturbing, because you see such a beautiful Holocaust, so elegant, so interactive, so professional. It was not like that. It was terrible. It was hell. People died as fleas from hunger, from torturing, from the cruelty of the people around. However, we encourage the governments and the people who support it to build these museums. It's very positive. Why? It sounds like a contradiction. One day, I went with my wife to the Washington's Holocaust Museum, one of the biggest in the world. For me, it was such a kitsch. You go, you take like a identification card as if you were this man, and you go through a path of Holocaust, and in the end, you sit inside a fake gas chamber. You sit down on a bench watching a movie about the Holocaust. And I was furious. When I go with a group to Holocaust sites, we enter the gas chamber in Majdanek. It is like going into Yom Kippur in a Ilah to Beit HaKnesset. People are coming out from them after we are going there, and I have some people who was with me. They are here in the crowd, at least two which I see in front of my eyes now, from here, from Mexico City. It's something unbelievable, touching, real. And here they make such a kitsch. As I was furious and I started to say nasty things, my wife gave me a push, as they know how to do it, yes. And she told me, look to the side, look aside. And I saw a couple of average age American sitting there with tears crying. And I changed my mind. And I said, okay, I give in. These people will never come with me to Auschwitz. These people will never hear about the Holocaust without this museum. So these museums are very important institutions for the people in the world, especially in the face of the denials of the Holocaust, from Iran till the right-wing extremists in Germany, so the world will know that it happened And if people will not be concerned, it could, chas v'sholem, God forbid, to happen again. Holocaust survivors has two sorts of behavior. Some cannot speak about their experiences, and they are like mute when it comes to this issue, and some cannot stop from telling stories. My mother was something in between. She didn't tell almost anything, but not because she had a complex. She could tell. And when, in by the way manner, it was necessary to tell a story, she told. If we could understand completely the justice, the whole world become meaningless. Because the whole world based on free choice. We must have free choice. We must make decisions for our own intellect, for our own personality, from our own will. We cannot be forced being good or better. Because if we are good because we don't have any other choice, the goodness is completely meaningless. And having free choice is depend on the what's called in our terms Hester Panim. If Hashem reveals His face and everything is clear, no free choice remains. And every mitzvah becomes completely meaningless. And no one will perform any sin. Because who will lit candle, fire on Shabbat if it immediately will burn down all his house? It's ridiculous. It will be, the whole world will be meaningless. Life is not something which is supposed to go smooth. We have to fight. We have to fight for our survival. We have to fight to remain with our moralities, and we have to fight to remain with our faith. And if faith is not something that should be fought for, as I said before, it is meaningless. This is one approach. Second, people say, how could Elohim behave in such a manner? Killing children, letting children to die. Okay. From where do you know how Elohim is supposed to behave like? Were you one in this position? You even was not a candidate in the elections. From where in the world you try to say that you know how God's supposed to behave? Perhaps this is the way how God's supposed to behave. Why not? We claim that we know how God's supposed to behave. Why? Because we claim that in the Torah, He told us how He's supposed to behave. That's right. And the Torah writes about Sachar v'Onesh, about Kiyum Mitzvot, about being righteous. But the Torah writes also, the time will come that there will be Hester Panim. God is going to hide His face. And when God hides His face, He knows how to do